going on, Jerome's? So it is a beautiful Saturday here in the great state of Minnesota. It's probably raining. It's been raining, but so 4th of July went down the last couple of days. Now, 4th of July fireworks got canceled for a lot of towns around us, but they made up on Friday. And so, do your kids ever like really get into something and they don't tell you, and then they're just like, "I've loved this thing forever. How dare you?" Now, my daughter Margaret, she's always been whatever about fireworks, right? But apparently, this year she's been really dying to see fireworks. So the rain out actually gave us an opportunity because we weren't going to go to the town fireworks because kids don't care, don't like staying up past 10, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we talked about this. Old man curmudgeon. But she was very wistful. She's like, oh, I'm sad that it's raining because I would love to see the fireworks because I need to see the fireworks because I love the fireworks forever. When was I informed of this? I was not involved in the group email or the group text about, actually, no, leave me out of group text. About the firework obsession. But so pictures and videos of fireworks are very, very stupid. Don't get me wrong. But I just had to get the kids. So Margaret's on the right, Rocco's on the left, just enjoying things. So 20 minutes of just bliss, just boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. And everyone, wow, whoa, that one looks like a cowboy hat. It's pretty great. And it's so as a parent, like, you start taking pleasure in things that you had no interest in before kids, or things that you liked as a kid, right? I was always whatever about the state fair, but now the kids are really into the state fair, so now I'm into the state fair. It's one of my favorite things to look forward to every year. And now apparently it's fireworks. So there you go. I mean, just look at these jabronis. Look at them. Also, we ate an obscene amount of candy yesterday because we went and saw Inside Out 2, which was pretty phenomenal, by the way. So most sequels are kind of like crappy money grabs, but Inside Out 2 is really, really good. Highly recommend it. I thought that they were very smart about introducing the new emotions, as well as I thought they were very respectful about the introduction of anxiety, and actually pretty accurate. Pretty good, man. But we ate a stupid amount of candy. Like, those gummy Starbursts are dangerous. They're extremely dangerous. Anyways, but so I'm pretty obviously the fun parent. I kind of like that role, man. It's good. Anyways, also speaking of fun, so golf. I never really understood golf. So I golfed a ton as a kid. I was on the high school golf team. My grandpa really got into golfing when he was retired. So I mean, like, I golfed a lot as a kid. I golfed some as an adult, just like with buddies and stuff. But I never, like golfing for me is like video games, and I respect people that are into both. Like, there's a lot of hardcore people that are into golf and or video games. But for me, I mean, especially if you're golfing 18, it's just like, man, we just burnt 4 hours on this beautiful day. Great. Now we're out a couple $100. Awesome. But anyways, yeah, golf is a big part of Vikings players off season. A little R&R, a little recreation. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And the Vikings team have done some very good golf content over the last couple of years. Adam Thielen was a huge part of that. Kirk Cousins got involved as well. And this year is being spearheaded by Brian O'Neill and company. Of course, Harrison Smith is in the mix as well, and also Garrett Bradbury. So huge ass, probably a great golfer, right? But also, so I'm not going to judge how someone spends their free time. I mean, you do you. But with Bradbury having back issues over the last couple of years, is golf like the best thing? I don't know. Like, and obviously, I'm not his doctor or chiropractor or whatever. But I don't know. Like, if I had a bad back, I'd probably stay away from. Although I do have a really bad back, and I've been told to stop golfing, sitting, and doing jiu-jitsu, and I haven't stopped doing all three. So. Again, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks or something like that. Also, I mean, doesn't Bradbury look light for an NFL center? Like, he looks like my size, right? And I'm like 240. Yeah. But I don't, if you were going to wager a significant number of jelly beans, would you bet that this gentleman is 310 pounds? I don't think I would. Like, I would, if I was to set like the over under 285, maybe. I don't know. But although looks can be deceiving because, I mean, Kirk Cousins, like he said that he plays a 190, which is pretty light, but yeah, so it is what it is. Anyways, speaking of, I have no good segue, but Blake Cashman is back home. We talked about him on the Jim Rome show. What's up, clones? Talked about how it's great that he's back home because he's all the fans and friends and family get to experience this. It's awesome, right? But apparently the Vikings had some competition in terms of signing Blake Cashman and bringing him in for a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. So the Packers, the Falcons, the Texans, the Steelers, and the Broncos all were interested in the pride of Eden Prairie, the pride of University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. It would have been rough for the Packers. Yeah, that would have been ultimate betrayal. It would have been funny if it landed with the Falcons, Texans, Steelers. So the Steelers and the Packers, they went and got them some off-ball linebacking help in the draft. Peyton Wilson with the Steelers, Edgerrin Cooper with the Packers. Edgerrin Cooper's going to be a really good player, man. But either way, I'm glad that he didn't go to stupid-ass Sean Payton. Maybe he knows. I mean, Cashman grew up as a Vikings fan, so he probably knows. Anyways, a lot of Vikings over in London right now promoting the London Games, Week 5, Vikings versus Aaron Rodgers and the Jets if he doesn't have like an ayahuasca retreat. But Metellus Addison, Mekhi Blackman, as well as Keenan McCardle making an appearance. Also, are those the old school? Like the name escapes me, but the old school Nikes. They're like not the foam posits, but the name escapes me. Either way, everyone's looking fantastic. And Addison, so Addison's been really good content on the gram. Like he tweeted out like them having high tea, but they're doing like all the British things. So botanical, blah blah blah, as well as they went to Wimbledon, which I feel like it would be hard playing tennis on grass. Like I know that's always been a thing, but like how do they do it? Like is the ground very compacted and flat? I assume it is. Like what kind of grass is it? Like is it super short? Is it like a golfing green? I don't know. All these things could easily be answered on Google, but I'm also very lazy and I don't care. Some other Vikings players are so Kyrie Jackson, Dwight McLaughlin over in Hawaii, not on vacation, but they're working at the Stingley camp, which is awesome. But of course, when you're on the Big Island, you got a lot of time for R&R. So Kyrie Jackson with a couple of, I know I'm going to get this wrong. Like they're parrots, right? I was going to say toucan, except that's incorrect. So parrots, right? But I feel like Kyrie Jackson loves life, and he's quickly moving up my power rankings of most likable Viking, and also like the best interview, because like whenever he's talking to someone, like he's hilarious. Like talking through his life story. How he wanted to be a professional video game player, how he was amazing working at the deli. He's just great. Now, I said my piece and concerns about Jackson before the start of day 3. I actually left him off my big board heading into round 4. But then, of course, the Vikings drafted him right away because they done extensive work on him. But he's a press man savant. He's fantastic on the outside. Doesn't really have the makeup speed, but he doesn't need it if he clamps you at the line of scrimmage. That's what it comes down to. And the way that Flores wants to play a lot more aggressive press man across the board with Murph in the slot and Shaq on the outside, Mekhi Blackman and Kyrie Jackson on the other spot, I kind of like it. But again, Kyrie Jackson is hilarious. Like, if they need a new host for 96 Questions, I might vote for Kyrie Jackson. He's certainly moving up those power rankings. It's really good. Something that's not good. So this is from Pro Persuasion. Vikings are tied for 6th plus 1,100 to finish with the least amount of wins in the NFL per DraftKings Sportsbook. So basically, if you bet 100 jelly beans, you will get 1,100 jelly beans back if the Vikings have the worst record in the National Football League. Now, if that happens, the Vikings would secure the number 1 overall pick because remember, Kwesi in the trades for McCarthy and or Dallas Turner didn't give up that future first. Which is kind of a great move by Kwesi. They also have the 3rd best odds, plus 1,000 to be the last winless team this upcoming season. It's rough, man. It's pretty rough. But I just don't see it. I understand that on paper, on purpose, the beginning of the schedule looks kind of rough, but I think the Vikings will accidentally win 8-9 games. And also, I think this young team is going to get better and better and better every single week. I think that's where we're currently at. Also, where we're at is Paul Krause. So, you've seen guys like Paul Krause, Chuck Foreman. They've been active on the social media as of late. I think I got Ben Tice over at Skoll Marketing. I believe he has a hand in it, but it's great to see. And nostalgia is huge. And as a lot of older Vikings fans start getting on social media as their means of connection, I mean, it's good to see Paul Krause getting out there. Paul Krause. So there's 2 NFL records that will never be broken. Paul Krause's 81 career interceptions. So I always say that because think of a generational ball hawk like Ed Reed. Ed Reed, that's just the U being the U. So he was one of the best free safeties in the game. Just every single time the ball was up in the air, like there was danger he's going to come down with it. He only had 64 career interceptions. How crazy is that? And a lot of it is, even though Paul Krause played in the 14-game season, like quarterbacks just threw tons of interceptions back in the day, and you didn't get benched because the passing game was very inefficient, and it was not uncommon for even like one of the best quarterbacks in the league to have more interceptions than touchdowns in a season. It happened frequently. So the record's never going to be broken. Like a safety or corner could play for 20 years, and I still don't think that he'll come down with 81 interceptions. I just don't see it. So Krause's record is unbreakable. Also, Emmitt Smith's rushing record, I don't think they'll be broken because there's no more bell cow running backs. The durability of running backs is suspect nowadays. I know the kids would say sus, but I refuse. And I just don't see someone having the longevity and getting the RB1 work consistently like Emmitt Smith got. So I think his rushing record is unbreakable as well. But long story longer, Paul Krause getting out there, the OG 22, which 22s, Paul Krause, David Palmer, the return man / wide receiver from Alabama, Roll Tide, Benny Sapp, Harrison Smith. There we go, nailed it. So that's the Mount Rushmore 22s. But yeah, Paul Krause. Fantastic. Hilarious dude. It wasn't drafted here. Originally drafted by Washington. Kind of crazy, man. Also, he's one of the few Hawkeyes I'm not going to abide by. So it's a rotating list. Paul Krause, Hockenson, Caitlin Clark, Luka Garza, Denny Green, R.I.P., Jerry Burns. That's it. Chad Greenway, you know what you did. Nah, just playing. So you notice how like every birthday has a cake? When did that start? Because I feel like that's a stupid tradition. Now, even though I sort of gave myself away earlier saying that we ate like a stupid amount of gummy Starbursts, like I'm not really like a sweets guy. I'm much more of a savory guy. It's the flavor that you savor. And I think, putting it down right now, we should do birthday briskets instead of birthday cakes. I mean, because birthday cakes, it's whatever, right? So you got some flour, you got some sugar, you got some eggs, you got some and you got some fondant. Congratulations. No, like cakes are cakes. But especially in like an office setting, like Janice in accounting, it's her birthday. It is your birthday. Hey, congratulations for turning 39 for the 10th year in a row, Janice. How's your 35-year-old son? Anyways, but the Janice backstory is tragic because she lost the love of no. So instead of giving Janice some marble cake from Lunds and Byerly, no, we're getting something on the smoker. So could you just imagine working in an office setting and then outside, someone's got the barbecue going, whether it's stick burner or Traeger or whatever, and all of a sudden you just got like a 18, 19 pound trimmed up brisket just like smoking all day. Had the thing going early on in the morning, be done afternoonish. So you guys can partake in the afternoon, have a little nap at work. It's beautiful, man. And just that smell just permeating. Come on. Or hell, we'll put it on at midnight so you guys can have it for lunch. There you go. Birthday brisket. That's what needs to happen, man. Changing the world. One meme at a time. And one dump at a time, too. Lastly, so this thing's been going around baseball for the last couple of years. So it's the 9-9-9 challenge. Now, this is a little bit more difficult because Major League Baseball games have been shortened, but basically 9 innings, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs. Now, some people are sticklers where it says like, well, you have to finish your beer and hot dog within the inning. I think it's just 9 in aggregate. It just makes sense. So, I mean, some innings last longer than others. Some innings are shorter. So I feel like you can do this. Now, in terms of like eating challenges, so I've said this, even though, I got some gravitational pull on me, but I don't eat a lot at once. I just eat frequently. That's my bag, right? So this could be tough for me, especially. So even if it's like a light beer, even if it's 12 ounces, like I still think like the carbonation would catch up. I feel like the hot dogs wouldn't be that big of a deal, but also I feel like this is something that you should do at home, just from a cost perspective wise, because every beer's $12-$14. Every hot dog's like $7, $8, $9. Yeah. I mean, especially if you don't win. Like, so say you pay for 9 and you pay for 9 and 9, but you fail. Like you just come up short. That'd be bad. No, I feel like this is something you should definitely do at home. So maybe you should try it. Maybe I'll film it for #content. Maybe I'll have Nickason over, or producer Allie or something. Although producer Allie, nah, I don't think it would work. Anyways, this is good off-season content. Again, Janice, you're getting a brisket. Shut up. I don't care. Well, I like red velvet cake. It's literally just food coloring. That's all. Anyways, that's it. You guys are the best you know what to do. Happy Saturday. Skull production value.